Hey. Welcome to the Get Rich 101 show. I'm your host. I'm Sekou Writes. I am an author. Most recently, I'm the author of this book, Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. And shout out to New Thought Media Network for giving me the brightness and the what's that word? Oh shoot, I can't think of the word. Shout out to New Thought Media Network for giving me the brightness to grow. So there we go. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Whether you're watching now or you're watching later, I thank you for being here. So, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor, so take what I give you and take it to your financial advisor and chop it up for yourself and see what you end up with. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's going on. Because, as you know, if you've been watching the show, the stock market opens at 9:30. So when I start this show, I've only been 15 minutes into the stock market open. And something weird is happening. So I got, what's this called? Let me not give you the name. Because you might throw you off. But anyway, I got into the stock and it's saying hold. It's saying halt. It's saying halt. But then it goes back. And I showed you this yesterday because it was gone halt, and I wasn't able to do anything. So this morning it went halt, but then it went off halt, and it went on halt, it went off halt, on off. So I've never seen this before. So right now it's going, but I've seen it go halt like twice since I've been doing the show. And so I set it up to sell, right? Because this is just Monday weekend. Thank you fee. Weekend hustle fee. Weekend hustle. It's just a holdover from Monday. I'm just trying to get rid of it. So I put in a sell notice, but it wouldn't go. It said, if you're trying to sell, you must be an OTC something. You must be an OTC whatever. So OTC is over the counter. That's my point of reference. I don't know if that's a right point of reference or not, but over the counter. So what I did was I accepted the challenge, and I sent you. Let's see. I got the photo. Took a photo. Let's see. Share this. Drop this in, and I'm gonna let you guys see it. So I said to the system, yes, I'm an OTC trader, whatever that means. And so it set this up, which is interesting. It set up this red cell above this point of sale. So I've never had this before. Now this is what you have when you're buying via limited order, meaning you want the order to shift to convert at the level that it reaches. So this is interesting because now I don't have to do anything. Now I just have to sit and wait. And so hopefully at some point the big RQ will cross over my point of sale and will reach my point of sale that's immediately above that, and it'll sell. But I don't understand why it keeps on going to halt and coming off, but I got my order in, and as you see, it's just barely above what I sold it for, what I bought it for. Yeah. Any other questions, Speed King, before I move on? Any other questions about that?
How long are you going to hold out today? Like, how long are you going to wait?
So Fee just asked me how long I'm going to wait. So I am. See, it just went. It just went hold again. Just went halt again. See, so I am going to let it play as long as it plays. I'm just going to let it play as long as it plays. I've got the ticker. First time I've had a limited ticker. So whenever it tickers out, it's going to sell at my ticker level, at that red level right there. That red level right there. So I'm just going to forget about it now. So I see the advantages of using a limited order. I see the advantage of using a limited order. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to wait and see what happens. And I'm trying to stick to the weekend hustle. Weekend hustle. That means that I just study and research throughout the day, throughout the week, and then I make my moves on Friday, and I make my other moves on Monday when I sell the stuff, right? So this is last week's holdover of that, and so yeah, I mean it would be great if this one sold above the point of sale, because the two that I had yesterday, I sold for a loss, and then they both went up. They both reached high levels higher than what I sold them for. So yeah, so I hope this one does something. Okay, so I think that's it in terms of my sale. Let me get on to something else. Let me see if there's any questions. Any questions? Oh man, B King, my fiance from down the hall is saying, "What's the oldest person could be to start learning about trading? Is there an age? Is that's too old?" Yeah, so it's funny you ask, because I was just watching this roundtable of words of wisdom, I believe is the name of the podcast. But anyway, he's talking about, he's got this woman on there, and she's talking about how 50-year-old people who are in their 50s, ask them if they can still do it. Can I still do it? I'm in my 50s. And she's like, yeah, of course you can. And I thought that was interesting that people are asking that, because for me, I just pursued it. Like, I didn't have any issues about age. I just pursued it, right? And so it's interesting that people have these hangups about age, because this is something. Oh, as my father said, if you guys saw my father and you were thinking about his far-reaching mind. I mean, I had no idea he had such a far-reaching mind. His far-reaching mind, he assigned himself to golf because he was assigning himself a sport that could follow him throughout the days of his life. Right? This is the same thing. You can play golf and you can trade stocks for the rest of your life. You can do both for the rest of your life. There it is. For the rest of your life. Matter of fact, I think it's Tim Grattani just came back from retirement. Like, so he made $13 million on Tim Sykes' program. And he was chilling. He was like, I'm chilling. I'm done. 13 million, I'm done. Right? Chilling. And he decided, all right, I'll come back. After years, mind you, because he had his money set up and working for him. He's like, well, let me see what's going on. And now he's trying to find his way around things. So yeah, there is no age difference. There's no age difference. There's no age term. Yeah, as long as you want to study it, it's available for you to study. All right. Let's see what else. Thank you, Pete King, for inviting everybody in the world. Let's see what's happening here. Interesting. You're learning and sharing so much daily from trading. Sounds like something to email Timothy Sykes about. I'm very curious. Yeah, I've hit Timothy Sykes up a few times, and he's hit me up a few times on Twitter. So he'll say something. He'll say something about the things that I've said on Twitter, and I've asked him directly. Hey, can I get you on? And I haven't gotten a response yet, but I'm going to keep trying because I would like to get him or someone from his world onto the show. Because as you know, if you've been watching the show, I've got plenty of people from Forex. Plenty of people from Forex have been here on this show. And now I started off at Forex. What switched me up? What switched me up from Forex to trading? It's a funny story. It's a funny story. What switched me up from Forex to trading stocks was just money. Money. I had an $85. Well, I have an $85 account on Forex, right? And yeah, it's been going great, but I had $85 versus $200. I had an $85 account in Forex and a $200 account in Webull just sitting there. So I had an extra point of money over here than over here. And that's ultimately what shifted me. So I still play around with Forex a little bit, not much, but I'm focused on the money on the oh my God. Oh man. My shoot. Well, you know what it's all about. You know what I was talking about. Let me move on. All right, but yeah, so it's interesting that I am learning these new things. All right, that's all. And let's move on to the other parts of the show. All right, so let's get on over to our affirmation. Let's get our affirmation going. Where's the affirmation? Here we go. I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. Once again, I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay, so what did I want to tell you about? First of all, I want to tell you about Nelson. Nelson is too much. Nelson too much. So for those of you who have noticed that I've been sleeping a lot because I post a lot of pictures of me sleeping with Nelson, let me explain. I've got a lot of medication that I have to take. So, matter of fact, I took a picture of it today, didn't I? Did I take a picture? Yeah, I did take a picture. So let me share this. This was today's score of pills I had to take. So I had to take a lot of pills. And I didn't want to take them. I was like, but I took them. And anyway, so what I was saying is that this ultimately causes me to be sleepy at some point, right? So after the running, after the doing the show, I started to get a little shaky, right? So anyway, I fell asleep late. I fell asleep early last night, and look at Tiger. Look at Tiger. Where's Tiger? Here he is. Look at this. He just came up and faced me and was looking at me and went to bed facing me. And that's what I get. I get him checking on me. So shout out to Tiger. Shout out to Nelson, sorry. Shout out to Nelson for for keep me in his vision. Keep me in his vision. So yeah, that's a cute little picture. And the reason why, because I'm taking lots and lots of medication. Lots and lots of medication. Ashe. Okay, let's see. What else do we want to talk about? What else do we want to talk about? Let's see. Well, this was interesting. This was interesting. Um, this was by Chloe Trades. I follow Chloe on Instagram because she is a trader, and I'm following her just to see where she goes, what she does, because not too much though, because what she's doing is different than what I'm learning from Tim Sykes. So I've got to stay mindful of that. I'm doing penny stocks with Tim Sykes because if you let too much other stuff in, you get confused. But anyway, what I want to show you is like this. It said Dubai has the best health care I've ever experienced. There's an Uber for doctors to visit your home anytime. Honestly, I'd move here just for the efficiency of everything. Like, what? What? Given my recent spate of things going wrong, meaning doing stuff with my stroke, I would love that. I would love that. Have a Uber just zap to a doctor immediately. Like that would be amazing, amazing, amazing. So again, I'm looking towards people outside of the United States to look at me for well for just looking at me in terms of my everything. Because in addition to all the medication, I'm taking lots of doctors, lots of people are seeing me. Like there's a lot of things that are going on that you are not privy to, but there are a lot of things, and so I would love to just be seen by someone in a place where, in a place that's different, So I'm still bearing that in mind that I'm wanting to do that, and so Ashe, I will do it at some point. In the near future. Okay. All right. Let me check my photo gallery. See what else I got. Okay, I think that's it for the photo gallery. Yeah. So I think that's it for the photo gallery. Okay, so that's what we got for today. So I wanted to talk to you about this. Where shout out to Nelson. Yeah, 15 minutes. Shout out to Nelson. Nelson is there for me. So, what did I want to talk about? I want to talk about Mel, Reverend Melissa. So yesterday, she played an old episode, because she does that on Mondays. She replays old episodes, and she will be playing an old episode today. But she played an old episode that included me, and I looked, and I was just like that. Like I don't understand how you people can view him and me in the same sense of modality and not see the difference. Because there's so much that's different. So much is different. And it makes me a little uncomfortable, a little bit, just to see how far I've come from here versus there, right? But I'm not trying to compare myself. I'm going to let it be what it is, but it's interesting to see that version of myself. That said, I was asking for a question. Well, I was asking her to unfold her lesson, because she was giving a lesson about unworking. I think it was unworking. And so I texted her yesterday. I was like, yo, what's the answer? Because I need to know what the answer is. And so luckily for me, she's going to be out today, and she's going to run that episode, the next day's episode of us way long time ago. And I'll get the answer, and I get to see me again being me, a version of me that I've forgotten almost. You know, it's like, it's very interesting to see the difference between me and me. So anyway, and I would not have that difference if I didn't have a TV show, because there would be no I wouldn't exist in this form. You know what I mean? So anyway, it should be interesting. All right, folks. So I think that's it for today. I'm going to get off today, and I think that's it. So welcome to the nuances that come with watching me, and thank you for being here. And remember that now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. All right? Ashe. See you later.